Hey everyone, welcome back to Builder's Brief, the shorter episodes of the Worth Building podcast, where we take one business idea and turn it into something practical that you can use this week. So if you're new here, I've spent the last 10 years of my life building my company, Graced. It's a retail and online boutique. And one of the greatest advantages of owning a brick and mortar business for that long is that I've had a front row seat to something really fascinating. And that's why people choose one business over another. I've watched first-time customers walk through our doors not knowing anything about us, and I've watched customers who have been shopping with us for years walk in already knowing what they can expect. And the difference between those two customers usually comes down to one thing, and that's trust. Because after 10 years of building Graced, I've become convinced of something. Your customers aren't just buying your products, they're deciding whether to trust you. Do I trust that this product is worth my money? Do I trust that the quality will be good? Do I trust that you'll do what you're going to say you're going to do? Do I trust that if something goes wrong, you will take care of it for me? And maybe most importantly, do I trust this business enough to come back? At Graced, we've been fortunate to have customers who have shopped with us year after year, and I don't take that lightly. Every time someone comes back and they're choosing us, they're essentially saying, I trust you with my business again. And that's something that you earn. And whether you own a retail store, a service business, a restaurant, an online shop, or you're just getting started, that trust might be one of the most valuable assets that you will ever build. So today I want to talk about how you can actually build a brand people trust and how you keep that trust once you've earned it. First thing, trust isn't built with a logo. When we first start a business, we tend to think a lot about branding. What's our logo going to look like? What colors should we use? What should the website look like? What should our packaging look like? And all of those things are important and all of those things matter. But that's actually your brand identity. Your actual brand is something different. Your brand is the collection of expectations someone has when they hear your name. Think about your favorite businesses. You probably expect something from them before you ever walk through the door or open their website. Maybe you expect incredible customer service, or maybe you expect really high quality, and maybe you expect consistency, that they're going to keep showing up, or that you expect them to understand your style. And that expectation didn't come from just their logo or their colors. It came from dozens or maybe hundreds of interactions that you've already had with that company. And that's why I believe you don't tell people what your brand is. You prove it to them over a period of time. So a lesson I've learned from retail is that owning a brick and mortar business has really given me like a front row seat to how customers act. And I've watched people discover us. I've watched them walk around the store. I've watched them pick something up, look at the price tag, put it back, walk around some more, and eventually come back to it. I've also watched customers who have shopped with us for years, and there's a definite noticeable difference. The longtime customer doesn't have nearly as much uncertainty. She already knows us. She already knows what kind of products we carry. She knows the experience that she's going to receive when she walks into one of our stores. She knows that if there's a problem, we're going to fix it and make it better, and that will help. And we've earned a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And that's incredibly valuable because every time you keep a promise to a customer, you're making the next purchase for them so much easier. With that said, you got to do what you say you're going to do. This sounds almost ridiculously simple, but it is probably the foundation of building trust with your customers. If you say you're going to ship an order tomorrow, ship it tomorrow. If you say you're going to call someone back, you better call them back. And if you say something is high quality, you better make sure that it actually is. If you make a mistake, be the first to own it and fix it. Small businesses sometimes believe trust is created through big gestures, but usually it's just built through hundreds of very small interactions. Trust is consistency over time. And here's the other side of that. Every promise that you break will make the next purchase more difficult. So stop trying to look perfect. I think this is especially important on social media. There was a time when brands tried to make everything look absolutely perfect, right? Perfect photos, they have the perfect business, perfect founders, perfect success stories, but perfection doesn't necessarily create trust. Being honest creates trust. Tell people why you made a specific decision. Show them some behind the scenes of your business. Talk about what you're learning. Talk about how you're growing as a leader. Admit when something didn't work out. And tell customers why something costs what it actually costs. Maybe explain a process, show people the business. And people don't expect small businesses to be perfect. They just want you to be real and dependable. That's one of the reasons I've become more willing to talk about the mistakes that I've made over the years. Those mistakes aren't something that I need to hide. They're just part of my story. And if I didn't have those mistakes, I wouldn't be where I am today and have learned the lessons that I have. Be consistent. Trust loves consistency. Imagine a restaurant that's incredible one night and terrible the next. You probably wouldn't recommend it. Not because it can't be great, you know it can be great, but because you don't know which version you're going to get when you show up. Brands work the same exact way. Your messaging should feel consistent over time. Your customer service should always feel consistent, should be the same quality. Your values should be consistent. You don't need to reinvent your business every single month. In fact, one of the most powerful things you can do is become known for a few things and just keep reinforcing those things over and over. Eventually, people begin telling your story for you, and that's when you've actually built yourself a brand. Teach before you sell. One of the easiest ways to build trust is to help people before you actually ask them to buy something. So answer questions for them, explain things, teach people how to make better decisions, show them how to use your products, and share what you've learned. This applies to almost every single business out there. If you're a financial advisor, teach people. If you're a photographer, teach people. If you own a boutique, teach people. If you're a contractor, teach. That's all there is to it. When people consistently learn something useful from you, something happens. They start seeing you as a resource. And when the time comes that they actually need what it is that you sell, who do you think they're going to turn to? Who do you think they're going to call? The person who's already been helping them, the person they're familiar with. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do with Worth Building. I don't expect everyone listening today to need the same thing, but if something I've learned over the past 10 years can save another entrepreneur a mistake, help them make a better decision, or simply make them feel less alone in building their business, then I've created value for you. And value is what builds trust. Remember that building trust will take time. This might be the hardest part for entrepreneurs because we want immediate results all the time. We post something today and we check the sales tonight, right? Or probably even more frequent than that. We launch something and we wonder why it isn't selling immediately. We start a business and 6 months later, we wonder why everyone hasn't discovered us. But relationships don't work that way. And neither do brands. Someone might discover you today, follow you the next month, join your email list 3 months from now, walk into your store 6 months from now, and then finally become a customer a year from now. And that doesn't mean that your marketing wasn't working during that entire time. It was just that you were building trust. It was accumulating. And this is why consistency matters so much. Every email, every social media post, every customer interaction, every package, every review, every conversation, you're making deposits into what I think of as your trust account for your business. And eventually, those deposits are going to compound. So the trust test, here's something practical you can do this week. Ask yourself 5 very important questions. 1, what do I want customers to trust us for? Is it quality? Is it service? Our expertise? Our reliability? Our style? If you're a boutique owner? Or is it something else? The second question, are we consistently delivering that thing? Not occasionally, not every once in a while, but consistently. Number 3, where are the customers experiencing uncertainty? Maybe our website doesn't answer all of the questions they might have. Maybe our return policy isn't clear. Maybe our pricing needs more explanation. Or maybe customers aren't seeing enough reviews from other customers. And 4, are we telling people what makes us different? Don't assume that people know. Finally, 5, are we giving people reasons to believe in us? Do we show reviews, testimonials, stories? Are you showing behind the scenes content? Are you sharing your experiences, the results you've gotten, proof? Because saying we provide incredible customer service, that's marketing. But having 100 customers say they took incredible care of me, that is trust. And there's a big difference. So your builder's challenge for this week is identify one place in your customer experience journey where uncertainty exists and then remove it. Maybe you add a size guide to your product pages on your website. Maybe you create a frequently asked questions page. Maybe you show more customer reviews. Maybe you improve your return policy. Maybe you explain a process behind something that you do. Or personally follow up with some of your customers. Don't try to rebuild your entire brand. Just remove one reason why one person might hesitate to trust you, and then do it again next week. And then do it again next week. And that's how brands are built over time. So if there's one thing I want you to remember from today's Builder's Brief, it's this. You don't build a trusted brand by convincing people that you're trustworthy. You build it by repeatedly behaving in ways that deserve their trust. Do what you say you're going to do. Be consistent. Be honest. Teach. Serve. Own your mistakes. Take care of people. Take good care of people. And then keep doing it. Because eventually something powerful happens. Customers stop simply asking, should I buy this product? And start thinking, I trust this company. And that's a completely different relationship. Your products are going to change. Trends are going to change. Platforms, software are going to change, and algorithms will definitely change. But trust compounds over time. And after 10 years in business, I believe it's one of the most valuable things that you can build. So thanks for joining me today for another Builder's Brief. And until next time, keep leading, keep learning, and keep building something worth building. Bye for now.